Welcome everyone to my channel. In this video, I'm going to present you best 5 Canon cameras which you can use for long lasting and having fascinating photos. So starting with number 1 is
Canon Eos R RF. This camera looks very simple but having advanced features. As you can see, it has 30.3 megapixel camera with CMOS sensor, up to 8 frames per second one shot, 4K Full HD and FHD resolution is also available. It has wide angle LCD, means if you are vlogging then you can turn the screen and rotate 180 degrees. This camera has Wi-Fi and Bluetooth built in.
It also have a very good function in it, which is when you take a photo, that photo can be saved in JPEG format. Now I will talk on video shooting. As you can see,
at 4K UHD format will give you 3840 by 2160 resolution with low FPS. On Full HD, the resolution is low, but it will allow you to make in 60 FPS. For HD format, the resolution is 1280 by 720, and just look at the FPS. Oh my god, is 100 to 119 FPS.
all I can say that is you can call it a flagship camera. Where is autofocus?
Autofocus is maximum up to 5655 points, and it has 3 autofocus modes: one shot, servo and manual.
Let's see the battery timings of this camera. Fully charged will allow you to take more than 450 pictures. The startup timing of this camera is 0.9 seconds. Oh, I forgot the price. Okay, so let me tell you the price and give you a little shock. So this camera will cost you $1,899. Okay, so number 2 is Canon Eos M50. If you just take a look on this camera, you will be thinking about that this camera is made for mostly vloggers. So let's see what other features does it have.
It has 24.1 MP CMOS sensor, 4K format video and photos, wide angle LCD with 180 degree rotation, and it has something else in it, and that is silent mode. Also, this camera has Wi-Fi and Bluetooth built in.
For video shooting, it also have the same resolution, same FPS rate like the previous Canon camera. Let's move on to autofocus.
The autofocus points for still photo shooting are 143 zones maximum, and video shooting up to 117 zones maximum. The autofocus modes are the same as previous camera: one shot, servo and manual autofocus.
The battery timing of Canon Eos M50 are:
for viewfinder shooting, you can take approx 275 pictures, and if 50% flashlight is using, then you can take approx 250 pictures. For on-screen shooting, you can take approx 320 pictures, and if 50% flashlight is using, then you can take approx 305 pictures.
And for the cost, this camera will cost you $700 and also available in 2 colors, black and white. Number 3 is Canon Eos RP RF.
Canon Eos RP RF has 26.2 megapixel camera with CMOS sensor, normal video recording in 5 fps. It also has 4K HD, UHD and Full HD format.
2 things this camera has which is different from the other cameras are feature assistant and special scene mode. And yes, this camera also have Wi-Fi and Bluetooth built in.
The autofocus points for this camera is maximum 4779, and yes, this camera also has 3 autofocus modes.
I want to show you guys something is that as you can see it has touch and drag autofocus.
On the left photo, you can see that the person dragged the focus from man to woman to make the background blur.
Very good feature. And now I will talk about wide-angle LCD screen.
If you see the image that shows if you want to take a photo from ground surface, so you pull up the screen and then clearly see what picture you are going to take.
So you guys might be thinking that this camera is similar to Canon Eos R RF, and you guys are right.
Canon Eos RP RF have same video shooting format and have same battery timing.
However, this camera costs $1,299 because it has less features than the other Canon Eos R RF camera. Number 4 is Canon Eos M200.
This camera has 24.1 megapixel camera with CMOS sensor.
So far, some of you guys will be thinking, what is CMOS sensor? I will tell you about this in the end of the video. Anyhow, let's see what other features does it have.
This camera has 6.1 FPS one shot. It has 4K time-lapse movie, remote shooting, only 180-degree tilt-up LCD and self-portrait. This camera has something similar that Canon Eos M50 has, and that is silent mode. The autofocus. It has up to 143 points maximum.
It has one sub-mode feature in autofocus, and that is autofocus assist beam. And what does assist beam do is, if you open up the flashlight in the area with too much light, then the camera will automatically adjust the light in the photo for a better result. This camera has a lot of features, but I will talk about only one because it's really good, and that is live view function. So what this function will provide you at live event? Let me tell you. It will provide you continuous autofocus and touch shutter.
For the battery timing, the number of still images approximum 315, and on eco mode approximum 485 images. For movie recording time, it allows you to use approximum 90 minutes, and using continuous shooting will allow you to use approximum 135 minutes.
After having all of the features and specifications, this camera will cost you $500 and also available in 2 colors, black and white. Number 5, the last one, Canon Eos Rebel T8i.
This camera has 24.1 megapixel CMOS sensor camera. It has up to 7 FPS continuous shooting, 220,000 RGB plus IR metering sensor, 4K time-lapse movie, wide-angle LCD and Wi-Fi and Bluetooth connectivity.
Okay, so this camera has 2 autofocus points mode, dual cross type and cross type autofocus points.
For dual cross type autofocus patterns, it has maximum 1 point. For cross type autofocus patterns, it has maximum 45 points.
And yes, this camera also has 3 autofocus modes, one shot, servo and AI focus. To make some customization in the camera, it has 4 custom controls in it.
And they are shutter button halfway pressing, autofocus on button, AE lock button and DISP button.
And video shooting also have the same frame rates per second and same resolution.
The battery life. This camera also have 2 battery modes. The first one, viewfinder shooting approximum 1240 images, but if using 50% flashlight then approximum 800 images. For live view shooting approximum 360 images, and if using 50% flashlight approximum 310 images. And this camera will turn on in 0.3 seconds.
And finally, this camera will cost you $800. Let me tell you guys why I only talk about autofocus, video shooting format, resolution and battery timing. This is because many people look the output of the image, which include resolution. Now I will show you guys the sample images that has taken by each camera, and you can see the result of these images. Most of the DSLRs use for making the background blur, which makes image more saturated and focus on a specific object. And last, battery timing. Everyone wants to know about the battery because some people use camera for whole one day and some of them use more than that. I want to tell something that all these cameras have same shutter speed, auto exposure control, white balance, playback and same touch LCD screen size. And now guys, I want to know which one you like the most. I want to tell you about CMOS sensor. So first, CMOS sensor stand for complementary metal oxide semiconductor. And what they do is they are semiconductor image sensors that convert light into electrical signals. If you want to see more videos about DSLR cameras, then tell me in the comment section below. And last thing is, I want to thank to all of you who subscribe to my channel. And now it's time to reach 100 subscribers. So what you have to do is to share the video, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Peace.